Wow, here she comes. Hello everyone, the church is open. It is time. Sorry the church is late to opening its doors. Sorry the sermon is late. I had a plumbing situation last night and I was like, I have to go to bed so I can get up early for the plumber. Otherwise I was planning to stay up till 1 a.m. to be able to read the chapter, and then I was going to go to bed at like what, 3 or 4 a.m. Couldn't happen. Anyway, plumbing's fine, everything's fine. It was a hot water issue. It's fixed now. Nothing horrible, nothing bad. But I will tell you what, every single time I need like my water checked, which has been twice since living here, it's kind of a bit of a humiliation ritual because my water, it's like there. That's where like my heater is, my boiler, I think, as everyone calls it. So people, they have to walk in here and see my fucking Sanji shrine. So far, they've both like, everyone's been cool with it. Like the plumbers that I've had in here, they've been like, whoa, like they know who he is, right? But it's still like, prepare for what you're about to see, you know what I mean? Like you are entering a sacred and holy space. Yeah! So please do not, be not afraid. Don't scream, it's chill, you know what I mean? But yes, the shrine. They saw the Sanjis. You're gonna love this chapter. I saw someone else say, Carly, I saw you say, Brooke has a win on me. I can't wait to see what that win is. Because he says some crazy shit. So I'd be gagged with what he got a win on. So we'll find out. All right, no break. Let's read. I'm excited. The hello, thank you for the sub, everyone. So yeah, no break. I saw the cover art, as in I saw the color spread, got spoiled to me. It's always the fucking color spread. I didn't get off Twitter in time, so that's fine. But also, it happens, I suppose. No one tags it. No one tags the damn color spread. Stop it. Start tagging it. You're all pissing me off. Wouldn't have been able. Oh, that I'm late. All right. Anyway, let's begin. Let's begin. Chapter 1183. Everyone's saying, Mel, you love this one. I'm very excited. I'm incredibly excited. Oh, also, one thing that's bothering me. Can the fucking Shonen Jump app please update that banner, please, to put Jinbei in it? It's really pissing me off. Like every time I open the app and I see that and Jinbei's not there, I get really upset. He's part of the crew. Change the fucking banner. God, that art is like what, 10 years old at this point? Not even 15 years old. Anyway. Oh fuck, when did Fishman come out? 2012. Bro, it's like over 15, isn't it? No, it is 15. Whatever. Anyway. Oh, there is a pink elephant. I tried not to look at it too closely. Make a splash. Sorry, I didn't look at it too closely when I got it spoiled to me. First of all, I like that Nami is the Hamburglar. Second of all, love Sanji's pose, his gay little pose. Third of all, Zoro looks atrocious. I'm sorry, I feel like I always bully him, but he's always doing shit. He's always doing shit. That's not a flattering angle. It's not a flattering angle. That is some of the most casual wear Otis really, how do I explain this? The fashion that he's been giving Zoro feels like he's really blue collar. Like, you know what I mean? He looks like he does like construction work. He did it with the art where they were cooking the sweet potatoes, the yams. Remember, he was wearing he looked like a fisher. Do you know what I mean? He was wearing a fisherman. I was wearing the cameo jacket. Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with blue collar. I'm just saying it makes it look like that he like just works like construction. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a fashion. This is like, that's like the casual like like construction worker. Do you know what I mean? Like that's their fashion. The sandals or the thongs, as I'd called them, with the shorts and the shirt. It's just like what I usually see around. So it cracks me up. Aside from the pink elephant, I like that edition. But yeah, the one with the one where he's wearing the cameo jacket with the cap and he looks, and the jeans, and I was like, oh my god, he looks like a, you know, it's only a good day when I'm fishing type of guy. Anyway, it's been cracking me up as of late. Wow, I also really like Robin's fit. I love her boots and her hat. It's a very 2012 hat, I'll say that much, but hey, those hats are coming back. Sorry, I'm looking at the clothes. Brooke, it looks the coolest on the page, I'll say that much. Make a splash. Oh, I see what's... Okay, now I get it. It's... Okay, water. That's where Jinbe's chill. Yep. Alright. I got it. I got it. I do love Sunji's pose. I'm sorry. I really like his pose. He's so cute. Anyway, let's begin. I say as I keep looking at it. No break week. No break week. Smoking. Yeah, bones and jeans. All right, we're moving on. We're moving on. I just like analyzing. I like looking at the color spreads. They're some of my favorites in the manga. I quite enjoy them. Imu's on page. Chapter 1183, Good Morn Maid. What? I'm sure that'll make sense later. Ragnir, thou wert waiting, huff huff, for one who could strike back against Mu. Hang on, let me turn my brightness up. I can't see shit. There we go. Isn't that right? He's really beefing with a squirrel. Okay, could he? I fucking wait. What nonsense are you talking about? And he understands. Oh, sorry, that's Loki speaking. Oh my fucking god, I thought Imu understood the kudiri. Sorry, my bad. What nonsense are you talking about? I've never seen someone absorb so much damage. Yep. So yeah, he's crazy. Loki, Straw Hat Luffy. In any case, thou wilt not be my soldiers. Ooh. So I shout eliminate thee instead. I quite like that. I was literally joking a few streams ago that Imu's beefing with a squirrel. And the squirrel goes, me, 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 me. And Imu says, what the fuck did you say? What did you say? You say that to my face. Me, 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 me. And I thought that's what was going on just now. So I was about to crack the fuck up. But that is not what's happening. All right. So we'll keep going. Chopper needs to translate. Would he understand it? Because he's a hammer, not a squirrel. Whatever. So I shall eliminate thee instead. All right. Just like Dozan. We'll get back to that. Huff huff. Sorry, he's huffing. Ragnar Duel Haim. Heim? Oh fuck, it's a double page. It tricked me. When you want to load, there you go. Blade of Wrathgram. Oh Jesus. Sorry, it's just, I like looking at these pages because Imu scares me. Yet he also arouses me. Anyway, Western Village. Take back the children. Oh wow. That Zaza panel is really nice. Oh wow. He really did a really good job at like showing like the flowing effect because her veil and hair is like a waterfall. Oh wow, that's really nice. That's nice. Sorry, I really like that art. That's really, really good. Beautiful water woman, I know, right? I don't think, mate, Zaza is not a hear me out. Are you kidding me? That's so incredibly conventional. Just because she's water. Oh god, another double page spread. I keep getting tricked. Wow! We're not letting them be taken away. After all we did to save them. You're not taking our kids. Wait, you guys, you shouldn't be moving around. I haven't finished your blood transfusions. Oh, Chopper, you really will die. My life means nothing to me if my son is ripped from my arms. Oh, Ripley. And the children yelling, help us! Wow, I love the archeries as well. The archers. Only 7 of them. It'll have to do. Let's go, Zaza. What's happening over there? Oh, here he comes! Here he comes! Here he comes! Wow, that's a really nice looking Sanji as well. Whoa, he's putting his pussy into these panels. Wow. He's going crazy with these panels. Release the Sanji. Brooke, why did you run off? Is the ice cracking around her? Is that ice? I actually don't know what that is. Why did you run off? To fight that woman? I had to jump. Oh, it's not her staying on, it's Usopp. Brooke, why did you run off to fight that woman? I had to jump in after you because it seemed like something was wrong. Do you know her, Brooke? Was she some enemy you fought against in the past? No, not an enemy, but a person I did not want to see. So I'm laughing because of Brooke going, I never wanted to see you again. Or so I thought. I'm so confused right now. Oh gosh. If it's really her, then she must be 77 years old right now. So it must be someone else, right? I mean, she's a celestial dragon. Yes, at the time, she was the princess of my homeland, and I lost contact with her when she traveled to Sacred Mary Joie. Huh? Hey, Brooke, that chick's still frozen. Can't tell if she's alive or dead. We can just leave her there, yeah? What I'm saying is she's a celestial dragon who looks exactly like someone you knew. Doesn't change the fact that she came here to attack Elbaf. Yes, but when we were tied up earlier, she was the one who undid the rope. Escape! Yes, I'm free! I feel like my mental powers did that. Why would she do such a thing? Run, Brooke. How does she know who I am? That's a point. Because he's bones. So how could she know? And then she turned back into that demonic form again. Her original personality, the personality that saved us, her demonic form, it feels as though we've seen 3 different people in her. You think it's possible that she's being controlled. It did not occur to me at first, but after seeing people turned into demons today, I must admit I feel deeply disturbed in my core. Perhaps in his bones. I hate to rush you, Brooke, but we need a decision. Does she live or die? We can't do anything before that's settled. Oh, fuck. Jinbei, I love you. Sorry, I love him. I love him. He's just so stable, you know what I mean? He's so stable. Fuck, we really need a Jinbei. A long time ago, truly a long time ago, she was just a child and I was a young man too. It was in a country that no longer exists. Esperia. It no longer exists. Esperia? Esperia was a land of music full of workshops crafting instruments of all kinds. West Blue 70. Whoa, we're getting it now! West Blue 70 years ago, 4 a.m. Stadom shaka shaka. Ahem, check check. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Wake up at the crack of dawn and it's a good morn made. The start of a brand new world. And they say there's many seas that can be surveyed, but all I need is a good morn made. Good morning, Esperia. No more waiting for favorable winds. Sing it, bitch. I can't do that shit. It's time to set sail, baby. How you doing in the back streets? Shut up. I got a hangover. Be quiet. Good morning, Brooke. What about the port? Hey, arena. Oh, it's a big harp. Oh, that's so lovely. Oh, the jumping into the sun? Oh, how I wish to see a sexy mermaid someday. Shut up, Brooke. Brooke, my fave. I hope you get fired from the battle convoy. Oh, it'll make me lose my soul. Now that's what I call a bad end maid. Oh, brother, get me my gun. Yeah! This is the land of instrument makers, Esperia. Esperia Palace Barracks. He hit Nika. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, and it's gorgeous. The sun effect. Again, he's putting his whole pussy into this. Come on, Captain. Teach us how to do your quick draw techniques. Up. Yep, he's got bitches. It's not fair that Princess Shuri gets all your attention. This is pathetic. What do you think I'm teaching you now? Learn the fundamentals before you dream. They're beefing with a little girl. Because they all think Brooke is so cool, so they want Brooke's attention. On the fundamentals before you dream. I wonder what our dinner is tonight. Yeah, I'm starving, and they're singing everything. Gather up all of the crew. Oh, there he is, young Brooke. Oh, wow. Oh, and he's got florals on his outfit. Oh my goodness. Wow. It's so... This is like crazy to me because it's been how many years, right? It's been such like, wow. When did we first meet Brooke? Thriller Bark. That was 2009? His eyes, yeah. Over a decade. No, this is his Whole Cake Island. 2008. Fucking hells. Jesus, it's nearly been 20 years since we first met Brooke, and now we're finally seeing like his actual like face and his like younger self and his wow. God, I love One Piece. This shit's crazy. Anyway. Hey, I'm just saying, by the way, I'm just saying that in terms of who gets a Whole Cake Island, I, like a few others, were saying Brooke's probably the only other character that could get a Whole Cake Island, aside from maybe Frankie. This is what I'm saying! This is what I'm saying! He always had the ability to have a Whole Cake Island because he had a past that we didn't know about. Whole Bone Island! Time to ship out Binks Brew. Oh, and he's singing Binks Brew. Sea wind blows to where, who knows, the waves will be our guide. Over across the ocean tide, the sunset's going wild. See the sky, birds singing in circles passing by. I worked hard today. You think I got any stronger? Just like mama. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Mentioning a mum. Something tragic is about to happen. He's 20! Wow, Kingdom of Esperia, leader of Raider Squad, Battle Convoy, Brooke. Kingdom of Esperia, Princess Shuri, age 7. She is this big. I love a little outfit. Whoa, 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 oh. Yes, I wasn't expecting the king to be like that. Yes, Her Majesty is very powerful. Ah, Queen Candle, light of my life. Hey, that's her mother. It's not good to fall in love with a married woman, Brooke. What do you mean love is free? Hello? 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 Hello, fucking Gabon moment? Hello? I'm not talking about Sanji. I'm thinking about Gabon. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh. Why did you do that? Scared the shit out of me. Sorry, what do you mean love is free? I'm thinking about Gabon. Gabon said that, not Sanji. I mean, Sanji did say it too, but Gabon said it. Anyway, sorry. I sentence you to death for conspiracy. Woof. Oh, he's chopping the... Never mind, he's chopping the hedges. Oh. Kingdom of Esperia King Reuven? I sent... Oh, too harsh. Please, boss. I mean, your majesty. Papa, you were plotting to kill me, weren't you? Of course not. Don't even suggest it. I'll wait until death takes you. Come on, Brooke. Forget about mama. Brooke. Don't worry, Brooke. When I grow up, I'll marry you instead. Oh, no, Shuri, you're supposed to say goofy stuff like that to me and melt my heart. Oh, no thanks. I'd prefer a wife without the runny nose. What, you picky oaf? How dare you turn down my daughter in front of me? I'm nothing if not faithful. I hate to interrupt the fun, your majesty. Oh, they had happy little lives. Wow. It's so sweet. They had happy and cute little lives, didn't they? Also, someone said the tax, and I know you guys are thinking with the love is free Sanji tax. Now, here's the thing. Sanji actually has not simped for a married woman. Remember, this shocked me because he's better than me because of Ripley. Don't forget this. He didn't simp for Ripley. He never did. I went fucking crazy, by the way. I went crazy over Ripley. And then Sanji just didn't do anything. And I went, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, I'm better. He didn't. Go back and check. Not once did he, like, do anything, like, feel the hard eyes or anything towards Ripley. Not at all. And I remember this because I went, oh, fuck, I'm worse than him. I'm worse. He hasn't hard-eyed Ripley and he hasn't hard-eyed Shaki. When a woman is married and faithful, he doesn't hard-eyes them. He doesn't flirt with them. I'm fucking worse. I'm worse. I've noticed this. I know, right? Oh, Drork's one-up is that Brooke isn't gay. Excuse me. How does Brooke has probably changed over time. Thank you very much. Who knows? Who knows? He hasn't met his captain yet. He hasn't met his captain yet. Thank you very much. So we'll see what really happens. Sorry. Anyway. I hate to interrupt the fun, Your Majesty. I had to interrupt the fun, Your Majesty. There's a gang on horseback riding through the city from the port. Some of the battle convoy is in town, but they're outnumbered. We've sent more from the castle, but I don't think they'll make it in time. Port, Opera House, Palace. They got an Opera House. Of course they do. What are they after? This king looks crazy. They've been shouting for Queen Candle, who is enjoying an opera in town. Show me the queen. What is it? The Molon family? Yes, sir. They've been after Candle for years. When did they land at my port? Send word to Candle not to leave the opera house. The opera house's transponder snail is on silent mode during the show. Oh, do something, Brooke. They're going to kidnap Mama. The Molon rogues. Oh, fucking yeah. Are they stealing a loaf of bread? That's, oh my god, fucking spare me. Sorry, that's Les Miserables. Oh fuck, sorry. I just got I got the wrong musicals. The Moulin, sorry. Oh fuck, what are they doing? Moulin Rouge? Circus, Roxanne. That's what it is. Sorry. Okay, sorry. I saw them in the port earlier today. Theatre Street. The Moulin. Shut up. Dishonor. Roxanne. Oh god. Sorry. Fuck. I'm bouncing off my schisms. Theatre Street. Blam blam eek. It's a horseback gang. Theatre Street. Theatre spelled with an E. So Americans, I hate your spelling. I hate it. Theatre spelled with an E-R and not an R-E. Spell it with an R-E at the end, you fucking assholes. You guys just piss me off. It's a horseback gang. Stephen Paul, I'm after you for that one. I'm after you for that one. It's more classy if you spell it with an R-E at the end. Thank you very much. Anyways, it's a horseback gang. Opera House. Ah, a beautiful performance. Come on out, Candle. We have permission to shoot from Don Moulin if you don't. Today's the day we settle this. From Don Moulin. Oh, God. Okay. Today's the day we settle this. You're going to be the Don's woman once and for all. Disgusting. Make sure Her Majesty doesn't leave the... Help Brooke. It's going to be fine, boss. For one thing, she's very strong. They can't take her away. Plus, well, I'm rather stunned they haven't noticed yet. You see, by the time they left the port, I'd already cut them off. Sorry, bitch, I'm sick. You know what I mean? Where's Zora done that? Quickly. Someone point me to where Zora has cut cut someone from a fucking far. And it like... I'm telling you guys, if Brooke wanted to, if he wanted to, Zora would be sweating. I got him 5 years ago. This is a joke, okay? This is a joke. You guys know I don't actually care about this shit. You guys know I don't care about like the scales of stuff. It's just hilarious. Fuck. Sorry, I have to do like a... It's so cheesy. It's just so cheesy. I love it. I'd already cut them all. Huh? Wow. How'd he do that? What just happened? Oh, wait! Is this one of those? They were already cut things? Oh, fuck, it's so cheesy. I just love how he leans into it. Oh, it's the already cut things. They already cut things. Then it was Captain Brooke's quick draw. 3-pace hum notch slash. Oh, Sir Brooke, he's so dashing. Look, there's Her Majesty. What a beauty she is. 70 years ago, the kingdom of Esperia harbored 2 great stars. Oh my God! 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 Oh, I'm worse than Sanji. I'm worse! Fuck! Oh, damn it! Oh my God! I'm sorry, he don't miss. He don't miss. He just don't miss. Married! Oh, she shouldn't be. She shouldn't be. I'm sorry, Brooke, I get it. Oh, she's so handsome. Oh my God. One, the former captain of the battle convoy and current queen, Candle. The other, an unpopular musician but master of the quick draw sword technique. That left its victims unaware they'd been slashed. The leader of the raider squad, Hummingbrook. Also, Hummingbrook's a really fucking funny name, but whatever. Ah, what a scene out here. Kingdom of Esperia Queen, Candle. In this era, the kingdom was at peace. To be continued. Oh God, she looks so good. Oh, I love her hair. Piss off. Piss off. Oh, piss off. King Rovan needs to be studied. How did he pull her? I have news for you. A lot of women really like a guy with a gut. I am mainly unaware of this phenomenon because I don't like men, but so many women like a guy with a gut. They do. Trust me, men out there, if you like groom yourself properly and you've got a bit of a belly, a lot of women are gonna fucking love that. Like, I'm telling you, they're not gonna be turned off by that. There are so many women out there. The reason I know this is because I've seen it. So I'm not even surprised that she likes him. Like, I'm just not. I'm just not. Her hair Sunji tax. Nah, that's not a Sunji tax. It doesn't look like Sunji's hair. The women want me, fish fear me. It's me, I'm women. Listen, it baffles me because of course I'm not a man like her, but I understand it. Anyway, from what I can tell, she's the fighter between them. So, you know, she probably likes him a little pathetic, I'd say. He pulls women being goofy. Exactly. Exactly. I was gonna say, she's gonna die a horrible death, isn't she? She's definitely going to die defending and protecting her kingdom. And, oh, fuck, poor, oh God, Shuri's getting her kidnapped and she's gonna be brainwashed. Oh, this is despicable. It's definitely going to be that Shuri got, like, manipulated to kill her father, perhaps even her mother. Oh, fuck. Betrays the kingdom. Nah. Nah, I don't see it. I don't see it. I think she's just gonna die defending the kingdom. And it's not gonna be fun. A lot of hate towards Brooke getting his flashback now. Why? Oh God. Can you people fucking be happy? Like, where's this flashback? Where's this flashback? Why are we getting it now? Why? Because Imu's there, I suppose? I don't know. Goodness. It's just crazy seeing Brooke like this. Like, I'm befuddled, you know what I mean? Now, can I ask, does anyone know the reference of what the kingdom is supposed to be named? That is escaping me. Esperia. Is that a musical term that I don't know? Because all I can think of is like Suspiria, but that's not like, you know, part of it. Ludwig von Beethoven, I see. Hesperia, Greek name of Italy. Hesperia is where the Hesperides guarded the fruits of immortality. So it's related to Italy. Is it related to Italy because, I don't know, opera? Even though opera is also Austrian and German, but whatever, I guess. It's a town in Italy. Hesperia is the Italian form of the ancient Greek name Hesperia, which literally translates to Western Land or Land of the Evening, derived from Hesperos, meaning Western or Evening Star. I'm the morning and the evening star. Brooke is Austrian, right? Otis said Brooke is Austrian, and I can only assume the reason he said Brooke is Austrian would be from Austria is because it was a very musical country historically and culturally, and Mozart was Austrian. I believe it was Mozart, wasn't it? So it makes sense for why he'd inspire a musician from Austria. But I assume the city being Italian inspired is because opera? Because I guess opera's was the biggest in Italy, I think, if my history's right. Because I just know it was German as well. But that's the most I can guess. No, I think it is supposed to be that Brooke was born here because he says my home island or something. Where does he say it? Where does he say it? Hang on. He says his home island, doesn't he? Where'd it go? No? Did I just make that up? I swear he said something about it. I'm confused. It must be... She was the princess of my homeland. There you go. His homeland. So that's his homeland. That's what I thought. She's the princess of my homeland. I think it's safe to say he's from there, or it wouldn't be his homeland. I think he's from there. That's his homeland. Laboon, when? Well, the answer is, when's he gonna meet Yorkie? Because apparently he'd always wanted to be a pirate, and then he met Yorkie, and he became a pirate under Yorkie as his captain. So what has Yorkie done for him? And is it going to be part of this flashback? It would make sense if he does, but is there an indication here that Brooke's crew were all forced away from their island? Because it looks like their island's about to go up in flames. And you know what I'm thinking? Yet again, it looks like the world government or the systems that be are the reasons that pirates exist, which is what it seems Brooke's story is tipping into, as many stories within One Piece do. It seems like the reason there were a bunch of musician pirates is because they were literally forcefully removed, I suppose, from their island, or their island was destroyed. It doesn't exist anymore. So they would have been, what's the word I'm looking for? Fuck. Forgot the word for it. Either way, they don't have a home anymore, or it seems like their home was destroyed. So what else could they be? Displaced? I think refugees. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Oh my god, why did I forget that? I was like, immigrants. No, they're not immigrants because they're not willingly moving somewhere, or they're not choosing to move somewhere. They had their fucking island blown up. At least, again, that's what I'm assuming. That doesn't exist anymore. And this was, because they say it was a long time ago, but they say 70 years ago. 70 years ago is not that long of a time, historically speaking. And a whole island just went up in flames. Mind you, O'Hara did as well. And fuck, how many fucking islands have just gone? Oh god, my god. Oh, I can't wait to see who's about to take out this island. Oh, all the war, all the genocide. It's not war, it's genocide, isn't it? Fucking Christ. Like 5. Oh god. O'Hara, God Valley, Lelucia, Esperia. I swear we're fucking. Oh! Florence! Sorry. Flevance. No, wait, fuck. What's the real city? Flevance. Florence. Sorry, that's an actual city in Italy. Flevance was wiped out. Yeah. And at this point, fuck, how many fucking islands did, like, Judge wipe out? Oh my god. Even more. The poor part of Dawn Island, yeah. Little Luffy, is that Luffy's area? It is, isn't it? Imo beefing with the squirrel is funny. Oh, the person he mentions. I always have to ask this, just in case, because some people are better at this than me. Dozan. That's a new name, right? We haven't heard that before. It doesn't ring a bell to me. It is new. Good, because he said that and I was like, nope. My memory is not giving me anyone named Dozan. It's mispronounced. Shut up. Hey, what does he say? Why does he say that? Low-key, Straw Hat Luffy, in any case, that will not be my soldiers. So what if that's Joy Boy's name? Joy Boy would have had a name. He would have been a guy. Because he's saying, Loki, Straw Hat Luffy, in any case, that will not be my soldiers, so I shall eliminate thee instead, just like Dolzon. And we can assume that he eliminated Joy Boy, no? I don't think Joy Boy is his name. I think that's an epithet. In the same way Luffy is Straw Hat, right? Or Sanji is Blackleg. You don't think Joy Boy would be name dropped like this? I mean, Joy Boy, Imu knew him personally, so I don't think it's that much of a stretch. JB died. Justin Bieber. Bonk Punch. So Joy Boy could be a real name. Perhaps. Joyce Boys. Why keep saying Joy Boy but then suddenly call him by his name? He got emotional. He got emotional. What about like Law always calls Luffy Straw Hat, Straw Hat, Straw Hat. He hasn't let Luffy slip yet, but I'm sure he'll let a Luffy slip eventually. Actually, he probably has. I think he has called Luffy Luffy at some point. Dose Sun equals heavy hammering. Dose Zhang, a massive. It could also be one. No, Dozan. No, that doesn't make sense because we knew his name. I was thinking the Thor of One Piece, but I think we knew him. But the previous Ragnir wielder, we saw him and got his name, didn't we? And doesn't it not make, like, because Dozan is not an Elbaf name. That's not a Ripley, that's not a Girth. That Dozan, it sounds like Wano. That sounds more Japanese than it sounds like a giant to me. Because the previous wielder would have had to be a giant. It was the Loki guy, right? We saw him, didn't we? I don't think it could be someone from Elbaf. I think that name doesn't make sense. Unless they were a giant that came to Elbaf in the same way Saul did. Copper Mountain Gaban. He's known as a father of professional wrestling in Japan. A lot of giants are named out of wrestlers. We haven't gotten the previous name. We saw him. I thought we did get his name because I keep calling him One Piece's Thor. I guess we didn't get his name. But we saw a silhouette of him. Just War God, yeah. Named after a wrestler. I see. So it could just be an unfortunate, not an unfortunate, but it could just be that just happens to sound very Japanese in comparison to what Ripley and Girth, because it definitely sounds culturally different in regards to the giants and who the giants are. But here's the thing, he mentions Luffy as well as Loki. He doesn't just mention Loki. He says, Loki, Straw Hat Luffy, in any case there will not be my soldiers, so I shall eliminate thee instead, just like Dozan. Because if he were just talking to Loki, I could see why, but he's mentioning both of them. Fuck, Imu looks so sexy. Shooty still has a runny nose. Oh, so we don't see your face. One of Joy Boy's wings. I mean, I am of the belief that we will be meeting the majority of Joy Boy's crew at some point. We've already met Zunisha. We've already met Emmet. They were both part of Joy Boy's crew. Imu clearly did something that he and Lily both disagreed with. At least I say clearly because I think that's very obvious to me. Because Lily, if we look at the mural, definitely sided with Joy Boy. She did not side with Imu. So something happened there, and it sounds like a friendships went awry, you know. You will about image design, bitch. What do you mean? At first, I was pulling pork. I was mad because I was like, why is he sexy? Oh my god. Sorry. Oh my god. Oh god. It's awful. I'm awful. All the world government hatred leaving my body when I see Shamrock and Imu. Oh, he's hot. He is hot. Vanity. I was not about to say anything. I mean, look, they warned me Satan would be beautiful or whatever Ned Flanders says. Biblo knew Joy Boy. I still have the theory that the man with the burn scar is one of Joy Boy's crew. I genuinely think it's either one of Joy Boy's crew or one of Roger's crew, because I don't know how long the man with the burn scar has been around. I don't know if he was around before Roger or after Roger. Right? It's either Joy Boy or Roger's crew. I'm not exactly confident on my theories, but that one I'm somewhat confident on. I just can't think of who else would be doing that. And they clearly have a power when it comes to whirlpools or something, because his ship is always circling a whirlpool. There's a theory that they're with the world government, Blackbeard said, but we're not sure if that theory is true or not. And I think the reason people think that is because they're trying to keep the poneglyphs away from everyone. But it seems they're also trying to get the poneglyphs away from the world government as well. So people speculate that the fella's with the world government. The Oro Jackson with a new coat of paint. What if it's whatever egg was on Roger's ship? By the way, the thing of Roger's egg, what's in Roger's egg on that ship, I'm like 90% certain it was just for decoration. I'm like 90% certain it just looked like that. The ship just looked like that. Like, I think it's just decoration. At least that's what I thought. Like, I honestly didn't think about it. You don't typically introduce theories into your story unless it's true, though. Yoku, you're talking about One Piece, where we literally hear word of mouth shit, and that tends to be misinformation. So yes, you do. One Piece does that. How many times have we been given information about someone from someone and it's been totally false? Loki, for example, is an example of this. That's why with Blackbeard saying it's a rumor he worked for the world government, I can't take that at face value, because what does Blackbeard know? Like, how do we know this? We've never met the man with the burn scar. We don't know his story. We don't know him. So that's just a theory. And the reason it's a theory is because everyone thinks the man with the burn scar is keeping the poneglyph away from everyone. There's probably a reason for that, or we're going to find out there's a reason for that, right? At least when we meet the guy. Exactly. Oda loves lying to the audience. He loves making the audience for propaganda. Rox, for example. Rox was one of the biggest baits in history. Everyone thought he was going to be the worst fucking horrible man ever. Not me. Not me. I didn't believe that bullshit. I didn't believe that propaganda. Like, if we are told something about someone from a character, and that character hasn't personally met the other character, or we haven't met the character, we can assume this might be a lie until we meet them, right? Like, it's not always the case, but a lot of the time you have to take what people say about other characters with a grain of salt, right? The most evidence that anyone ever had against Rox when it came to not liking Rox was Whitebeard, because Whitebeard knew Rox personally, right? But of course now we know the reason Whitebeard said that is because shit happened to Rox on God Valley, and that stayed with him and that scarred him. Imu did guess, Ivankov did guess Nerona Imu. I'm not saying that Blackbeard saying that is like totally wrong. I'm not saying it's always the case. What I'm saying is it's a half-half situation. I don't tend to trust what other characters are saying unless we see the situation. Or unless Luffy likes them. Unless Luffy likes them. God, which is why with Loki, oh, Loki's horrible, Loki's bad, blah, blah, blah. And then Luffy's like, I like Loki. All right. Loki's chill. Loki's chill. Everyone's wrong. Everyone's wrong except Luffy. I trust Luffy with my fucking life. Thank you very much. It was Shiryu who theorized it was a government man. Luffy didn't like Kanjuro. That was Kinemon's friend. I've discussed this before. So people use Kanjuro about, what about Kanjuro? That was Kinemon's friend. Luffy was helping Kinemon. Kinemon was the person Luffy was helping. Kinemon wanted to get Kanjuro. The shit between Kinemon and Kanjuro, that was them. That wasn't like Luffy. That was Kinemon. He was helping Kinemon. His main dynamic and relationship was with Kinemon. The betrayal was for Kinemon, not for Luffy. Luffy was just there doing what he does, but he was friends with Kinemon first and friends with Kinemon mainly, not with Kanjuro. Because people bring that up a lot. And I always say that one is not Luffy's, like, that was not his main relationship or dynamic. He didn't even speak about Kanjuro from what I remember. He barely even talked to him. It was Kinemon that he was friends with. Basically, Kinemon was betrayed, poor fucking fellow. But so far, Luffy has not been betrayed by anybody because he's got a good read on people. Like, Kinemon didn't betray him. And Law didn't betray him. Remember when everyone thought Law was going to betray him? I wasn't even a fan of him at that point. It's okay to be wrong once or twice. Not for Luffy, not about people. Luffy's radar is incredible. The thing with Luffy is you can't take advantage of Luffy. You can't use Luffy because here's the thing. Once Luffy likes you, Luffy likes you. Even if you try to betray Luffy, even if you try to use Luffy, it's not going to work because Luffy's decided Luffy likes you. So you can't use him because he wants to help you anyway. Like, that's what Luffy does. That's why with Law, oh, Law's gonna betray him. Law was never gonna betray Luffy because Luffy liked him. Like, it just wasn't possible. And as we saw, when Law was like, we're fucked, like, we're done, we're not alliance anymore, Luffy said, excuse me, that's my fucking choice. Like, that's what Luffy does. Luffy's always been like that. If he likes you, he likes you. And if you're doing shit things, then he's gonna think on what's going on and he wants to help you. The thing with 3 persons in one body, that's Imu doing that. So the 3 persons in one body, it's Gunko, Shuri, and Imu. I'm not sure if that's going to tie back to Blackbeard, but that's, to me, that's simply Brooke referencing that Shuri literally was being overtaken by different personalities at that point because of Imu. Imu had done that to them. So Imu has quite clearly brainwashed them, or something has brainwashed them, but it makes sense that it's Imu. Who is Gunko? Imu created Gunko to create a soldier. That's who Gunko is. Imu has overridden Gunko or Shuri to turn them into a celestial, which is what they are not, right? That's something that Imu has done. I think that's quite clear. Gunko is just an overriding of Shuri. Gunko is literally the brainwashed version. Yeah, and then Imu will use Gunko's or Shuri's body to be a host for themselves if they can't be there. I think that's just directly what they're referencing. He cut off her memories, right? He's made her a whole new person. This is why I like Imu's power. I like Imu's power a lot because it is incredibly oppressive. It's incredibly suffocating. Imu's power is to the point that they jail you and yourself, like yourself in your own body. You can't even be you anymore. It's disgusting, but it's awesome. Also, someone said, I wonder if the other knights are like that too. I don't think they are. I think Gunko is an exception because Shuri is an exception because Shuri was a princess of a distant land. Unless we find out like Somers was someone from a distant land, there's kind of, I don't think they would be, because remember, a lot of the Holy Knights are just celestials. Shuri is, I think, just an example of Imu will just take what Imu wants, and Imu will do what Imu wants. It doesn't, literally oppression impact. Imu clearly wanted to destroy Shuri in some sense, and that's exactly what he did. And now poor fucking Shuri has quite literally been a slave, right? I don't know what this kingdom has done to Imu. For all I know, Imu just didn't like it because Imu does that. Remember, the reason Imu took out Leloucia is because it's close. He's fucking disgusting. He's an awful, horrible, genocidal tyrant. I don't know why Imu took out this island, but whatever. I don't even know if Imu took out the island, but it was, come on, it was Imu. Like, I'd be shocked if it weren't Imu. But Shuri was turned into a slave, and that slave is Gunko. And you can make a slave incredibly fucking obedient if you take away all their memories, can't you? And just make them a puppet, literally. I mean, maybe Shuri's a D. We don't know. Could be. But also, hang on. Wait, it's coming to me. One of the reasons I liked Brooke's characters so much is because of the music element. And one of the reasons I like that Brooke is a skeleton and wants a second chance at life and is struggling through his death, basically, in his crew's death, but is still trying to continue and meets Luffy and all that. One of the reasons I like that Brooke is Brooke is because of music. Because I think music is incredibly powerful. Music is incredibly human. His crew died singing music. It always haunted me that he died playing a group piece, so he couldn't play that anymore, right? Because he lost his crew. Music is basically, it's a community, right? Music is something you do with people, whether you sing, whether you dance, whether you play along. Music has always been about joining in. And that's one of the reasons I like Brooke so much, because I think Brooke is so human, and he's bones. And I think that's just incredible. So when I look at Esperia and I see that they're a musical island, I can't help but think there's supposed to be a point here of Imu hating it because music in of itself is liberation. Think about Joy Boy. Think about Nika's theme. Dum da da da, dum da da da, right? It's freedom. It's pure freedom as you hear it. And Imu himself has music as well, which is so interesting. The gods have music as they enter. But it's safe to say that there is a liberation within music, because Gurunko found some happiness in music even as she was brainwashed. In the Japanese roars, Imu uses the equivalent of quotation marks as if he's like Straw Hat Luffy and Loki, if that's what you're going by these days. Oh, how interesting. Oh, so he is kind of just rambling like he knows them. Anyway, my point is music is freedom. Music has always been freedom. Music's not only freedom, music is incredibly human. I always say that music is one of the things that makes humans humans. It's why it's an art that I specifically have just so much admiration for, because I truly think there's nothing more human than music, right? And I think there's nothing more freeing and liberating, because when you're happy, you dance. When you're happy, you sing, right? When you let loose, you move, especially to beats. So I can only think that the kingdom of Esperia, being the musical kingdom that it is, it had to be taken out, because even if it's not said directly, it's a musical kingdom. And to someone like Imu, who's a tyrant, who wants to rid the world of this kind of happiness and wants to rid the world of liberation and joy, music would be a problem. And we've seen that. We saw it with the drums of liberation. They are literally called the drums of liberation. But what interests me is Imu has music. Imu's got music as he enters. So it makes me think, is he trying to monopolize it or something? Is he trying to remove the liberation of it? Is he trying to make it just something evil for him? That's what I mean, right? Because what does his music mean as he enters? What's that supposed to be? Don, 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 don. I'm not sure. Imu's the fun police. Of course Imu's the fun police. Yeah, jazz versus classical. I do want to know, what instrument is Imu's music supposed to be? Because the drums, percussion, fun fact about like drums, like this beat, this is technically percussion. So fun fact, this is one of like, probably from what we know, some of the first music we've ever had. Stomping your feet, clapping your hands, banging your chest, that kind of stuff. That's like some of the first music that we as humans, the first beats that we'd ever make. So that's why I really like that Luffy's or Joy Boy's or Nika's theme are drums. I think drums and percussion are some of the wildest, loudest, most liberating, most fun, most freeing. They're a lot, right? Percussion and drums are a lot. But when it comes to Imu organs, church music, I can see that. He could be very Phantom of the Opera, couldn't he? That's true. Tsubaki, I thought the oldest instruments was string. I thought one of the oldest instruments that we knew of was just one long stick with one string, and it was just ding, 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 ding. One of them, anyway. I know drums are also incredibly, incredibly old. But I'm not just talking about drums. I'm talking about like hitting your body, stamping your feet, whatever. Just making that first beat. The heart, right? Like that's music. It's superhuman. Wow, human music. I'm 90% sure, because I swear I read up on this, I'm 90% sure one of the oldest instruments to exist was literally just a long stick with one string, because it was like archery. And they kind of just took that and turned that into an instrument. Human music. Anyway, I'm not sure what's going to happen to this town at this point, but the fact that at the beginning of the city that we see it, Brooke's hitting the Nika pose and he's singing, I think it's safe to say that there's going to be something here about music being freeing and Imu, as the oppressor and tyrant he is, wanting to remove that shit. Because again, I think it's leading up to Imu's going to be the one taking this shit out. I don't know what else would be taking Esperia out at this point. A 60,000-year-old Neanderthal flute. How interesting. So I was wrong there. It wasn't the string. But flute aside, of course, the oldest beats we've ever had were from our body, from hitting and from stomping and from clapping. And I'd say that's safe to say. That's percussion, baby. We've always been percussionists, every single one of us. You can stomp your foot and you've made a beat. Or flute-like instrument, a beam. I really, really like the panel of him jumping in the city and the sun shining. But you know, it's so sweet because that's how he woke up his crew. Remember? He'd wake up his crew during the sunshine and he'd play his violin and get everyone up. So he's doing it to the whole city as well. Young Brooke, I'm just flabbergasted. Like I love his design. I really like his design. And the queen, oh mamma mia. But I'm scared. I'm scared. However, I assume her hair is going to be blue. No. Okay, Roger doesn't. Okay. I was about to make a buggy fucking theory. No, Roger doesn't exist yet. No, Roger doesn't exist yet. Roger, I mean, if he does, he's not of the age to get buggy yet. Okay, safe. I was about to be like, wait. No. Buggy doesn't. Roger, Buggy don't exist yet. Buggy not even born yet. Gunko's hair is blue, yes. When I say Roger don't exist yet, I mean as a pirate, as a prolific pirate. He's not old enough to get Buggy or Shanks yet. No, I don't think the Vinsmokes had anything to do with the destruction of Brooke's homeland, because I think Brooke just knew of the Vinsmokes because he was one of the intels of the kingdom. And at that time, back in the North Blue, there was everyone knew, or people knew, of the Vinsmoke kingdom or the Germa kingdom because they were just horrible. But they were up in the north, so Brooke's in the west currently. Roger ain't spawned in. All I'm saying is, if we keep looking at this island and we see people with big red noses, it's fucking over. It's over. That's all I'm saying. Do you think Shuri will revert back to her old age? Oh, fuck. Wouldn't that be horrifying? Wouldn't that be horrifying? Oh, wait. If you cut the immortality that Imu's given you, will you just turn to dust? Oh god. Oh god, I don't want to think about it. Saturn did. He did, didn't he? Oh no! Oh wait. Now I'm worried. She will turn 77, not die. Who's to say that she won't die at 77 though? One hopes. The beach that makes her old? Yeah, but Shooty's been through it, you know? She might disintegrate. Also, her lifestyle, oh god, it's yucky. It's yucky. I don't like it. I'm not excited, as in, I'm scared. I'm scared. She'd just be in her 70s, she's fine. You say that to someone who had their whole life taken from them since they were a kid. How dare you? Oh, she's fine. Imagine having like a little girl's thoughts and life in a 77-year-old body. Fuck, that's so... Oh god, that's horrific. That is body horror type shit. Oh goodness. Momo's kind of similar, but Momo wasn't a slave all his life. And also didn't become like old. He's like, what, 20? I don't like the sword either. Bonnie can help. Perhaps. Yeah, Shooty's quite tragic. I think she's already quite fucked. God, it's horrible that Brooke has hated her for like 70 years. And he never knew. This is what I mean. This is how disgusting Imu is. This is what I'm saying when this is part of Imu's true power. Imu's true power because, again, community is a bad thing for Imu. Imu doesn't want community. Imu wants control. So part of Imu's power is literally turning people on each other. And not only doing that, but ridding them of their legacies, ruining them of their legacies. That's what he did to Rox. Rox's whole person, his whole being, was totally changed in the very ends of his life because of what Imu did to him. Same thing is happening with Shooty. Brooke would have died hating Shooty had he not had that devil fruit. Thank you. Hi Mel, I'm just getting here, but I wanted to say I've been looking forward to the stream since I read the chapter. Oh my god, thank you. But Brooke would have died hating Shooty and despising Shooty had he not been found and had he not eaten that devil fruit. Right? And isn't that horrible? Isn't that just absolutely horrible? Someone that you used to love or someone that you used to care for, you just end up hating them. You end up going against them. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of Imu's power. I think that's what makes Imu so atrocious as an antagonist. The ripping of someone you love, not just from you, but who they are. He takes that from you. He changes you so the people you love now are against you. I just think that's so fucking horrible. Somebody that I used to know. Exactly. Oh, it's just, we've got the great antagonist of One Piece, which is the despising of community, the despising of togetherness. And then we've got the great protagonist of One Piece, which is the celebration of community, celebration of togetherness. No matter your strengths, no matter your weaknesses, that's what Luffy cares about. And this is why when people try to fucking rank the Straw Hats in terms of who's the most useful, it's stupid. It's why it's stupid, because it directly goes against what Luffy is and what he stands for, right? It directly goes against what Luffy likes about people. He doesn't give a fuck about picking his crew over strengths. He just doesn't. Yes, he needed a cook. Yes, he needed a musician. Yes, he needed a navigator. Once he loves you, he loves you. That's how he is. That's how he works. Usopp is just as important as Zoro on the crew. And you say that to some people, they have a fucking conniption. And it's like, I don't know how to tell the people that have that conniption, you just can't read this series. You just can't. You just can't. God, if you think any Straw Hat is more important than any other Straw Hat, especially to Luffy, I'm sorry, you're stupid. You're just stupid. The whole point is they're a family. They're not a fucking military. They're a family, right? It all comes back to Luffy's speech in Island Cloud, all about the things he can't do. Exactly. 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 Also, Sanji, I do what you can't do, you do what I can't do. The tax has been paid. That's the point. If someone on the crew can't do something, if someone on the crew has a weakness, that's what another member of the crew makes up for. That's just the whole point of his crew. It always has been. They love each other. They're a family. It's just ridiculous. It's so ridiculous the way people argue that. Because again, they talk about the Straw Hats like they're a fucking military. They talk about them like they're the Marines, and I can't deal with it. I just can't do it anymore. Well, who's the strongest? Who's the strongest? Well, first of all, it's fucking Luffy. And the reason Luffy's the strongest is because he's got a crew to protect. Hence why it doesn't matter. Like, so many people will say, well, an emperor should have, like, the strongest people on his crew. No, I actually think it's stronger for an emperor to recruit anyone he wants and keep that crew safe. I think that's an incredibly strong emperor, because that's what Blackbeard's doing. Blackbeard's going out of his way to pick people that are powerful. Blackbeard's going out of his way to find people who are strong. That's Blackbeard. He's doing that because he's trying to create a fucking iron wall of a crew. Luffy's not like that. Luffy can recruit anyone he wants, and he will keep them alive. He will keep them safe because he loves them. I think that's power. That's truly what an emperor should be doing. Shanks has a fleet full of weak pirates that he protects. Exactly. Shanks is doing similar things. They're a strong crew, but it's very, very safe to say that there are people on other crews who are stronger than Usopp, who is stronger than Frankie, who is stronger than Brooke, who is stronger than... who else he got? Chopper, right? There are clearly other characters stronger than those characters on other crews. Yes. That's the point. Luffy's not looking for people who are the strongest of the strongest. He's just not. He's just looking for a family that he can love and looking for a family that he can support the dreams of and dreams who can be supported. It's always been like that. Film Red walked so the Brooke Shooty flashback could run. So true. So true. Yep. Luffy trusts them to get the job done. So do I. Well, exactly. He trusts them. And when he knows there's something they can't handle, he jumps in and he helps them. How long will the flashback be? I'm gonna give it 5 more chapters, maybe 6. Perhaps. That's 2 months. That is nothing in the scope of One Piece, bitch. We've been waiting over 20 years for this. Nearly 20 years for this. We can have a flashback of 2 months. 2 months in the scope of One Piece is like 1 second. 1 second. Don't even fuck with me right now. The thing about One Piece is it goes by so quickly. Like Egghead being a year and a half. It didn't feel like it. It felt like that was quite quick. And then you look back on it and you go, damn, that was a year and a half. Unless it's an arc you don't like, then it feels like it's agonizingly long. Luckily, I've not experienced that at this point. So, Bucky, the reason for this is, how do I explain this? The reason for what I've noticed for the complaints that a lot of people have with this stuff is it's because they want to see something else. it's because they want to see, like, the biggest complaint that people say is, oh, I miss when it was about the Straw Hats. And of course, my argument is, while the Straw Hats have always been involved, it's not always just been about the Straw Hats. And I think that's a kind of crazy way to look at it. One of the biggest arcs that apparently tons of people like was Marineford and Impel Down. That wasn't about the Straw Hats. Luffy was there. That was about Ace. That was about Ace and Luffy. The Straw Hats weren't even part of that arc, and yet people celebrate that arc like fucking crazy, which is why that argument is always something that's ironic to me, because it's like, I miss when it's about the Straw Hats, and it's like, but one of the most celebrated arcs in the series isn't even about the Straw Hats. It's just not. And it never has been. Like Skypiea, I always say, I think the reason Skypiea gets what it gets in regards to the way people feel about it is because it was the first arc, in my opinion. But mind you, Alabasta was kind of not even... Anyway, Skypiea was the first arc. It wasn't about the Straw Hats. The Straw Hats were just there. They were a part of it, right? It was about Enel. It was about Wiper. It was about the Shandia people. It was about Skypiea. Always was. And I truly found that I think the reason complained about Skypiea to the point they did is because they didn't give a fuck about the Calgado Nolan flashback. And the reason they didn't give a fuck about it is because where are the Straw Hats? That's totally fine. But I think if you're reading this story with the exception that everything's going to be about the Straw Hats, or most stuff is going to be about the Straw Hats, I think you're not going to have a good time. Because the majority of the reason the Straw Hats do anything is because they're helping people who are not them. Like... Wano wasn't about the Straw Hats, right? It had the Straw Hats in it. But Wano wasn't about them. And I think, hang on, I generally argue the arcs were of the Straw Hats when they were joining. Exactly, no, that's what I'm saying. So a lot of people, I miss pre-time skip. And it's like, we're not gonna get pre-time skip like that again, because the reason pre-time skip was what it was is because it was a joining arc. It was a joining time. So we had a bunch of crewmates joining. So of course it would be very, very heavily focused on a lot of Straw Hats because we had them joining. You can't get Arlong Park again. Nami's joined, right? Closest we got was Fishman Island, and people didn't fucking like it because they didn't like Odie Jones. And it was like, okay, whatever, I guess. But it's been like that for a very long time now. And now, but the funniest, wait, what am I fucking talking about? This is about Brooke. So I don't know why, oh my God, I don't know why people are complaining. I don't know why people are complaining. I'm not sure why people wouldn't want to see this. Why don't we want to see, like, I suppose because we're putting down the Holy Knight fight, I guess, to have this flashback. But it's about Brooke. Like... I'm not exactly sure. I personally think the placement is just fine. We are learning about Brooke. Like, the reason we learn about God Valley is because Rox and Harold were a part of God Valley, right? We had to learn about Harold, and we had to learn about Rox. We had to learn about Harold and Rox's friendship. Now we have to learn about Brooke, because who the fuck is Gunko? We are being introduced to these elements, and now we're learning about them. I don't find that this placement is poor at all. I'm not, how do I explain this? I'm not exactly on the edge of my seat for the Imu thing, because I know Imu is powerful. I know Imu is going to wipe them, right? What's going to happen with Elbaf is a question. That's a mystery. But we got to get through the meat and potatoes before we get to the end, don't we? So we're going to learn about... Also, not to mention, we're probably going to see what Imu's about to do to this island in a similar way that they're trying to do to Elbaf. Everything's connected. Every time we get these flashbacks, they're connected. I just think people want the outcome of the fight before we get the time skip. But it reminds me of when Wano, we had the samurai going out to... do the raid, and we get Odin's flashback. And that was before the raid. But I don't think about many people complaining about that because I think they liked Odin. I don't know, man. I don't know. I know I can be quite lenient towards One Piece, but I'm excited to find out about Brooke. I'm excited to find out about Brooke. So I was not thinking about the placement of it. I was like, oh, we're getting it now. How exciting. It's not something that I feel anger towards personally. A lot of people complained about Odin. Did they really? Oh, goodness. Maybe I just really liked it because of Roger was in it. And I went, yay! Let me tell you why they change their mind once it's over. Because they go by in a flash. The reason people complain about this is because we have to wait. This is why I keep saying to you guys, reread the arcs once they're done. I promise you the pacing does not feel weird. I promise you the pacing does not feel off. I really promise you that. The reason it feels long now and the reason it feels annoying now is because we are forced to wait. But if you read through it all in one go, it does not feel weird. I truly think One Piece is hindered by its weekly release. I really do think it is. Because if it wasn't weekly releases and if it got like one big clump of a release, these arguments I don't think would be a thing. I really don't think they would be. You didn't like One on the reread? Alright, well that's your opinion. That's your opinion, but I know many other people that I said to them, reread One On. Many came back to me and said, alright, I suppose it's easier on the reread. I do be a Sanji fan. Perhaps. Sorry, yeah, my camera's shaking because I move everywhere. I move everywhere. Look, the reason, how do I explain this? I think I'm quite immune to waiting for chapters because I've explained this before. You can tell sometimes when One Piece is baby's first fandom because they complain about these release stuff. A chapter once a week, 2 times a week, you're incredibly fortunate. That is incredibly fortunate. You're incredibly fortunate. I read things where I only get a chapter once a month. Sometimes I get a chapter once a year. They exist, right? So it's like being told, oh God, I have to wait 2 months for a whole flashback. I'm like, you're getting like how many chapters in 2 months? Are you kidding me? Like, it's just something that it's like, I'm not, it's, to me, the argument of having to wait for chapters is like, it's just something that's null to me because it's like I've been in fandoms or in intermediates where I've had to wait literal months just to get one chapter. I really think it's baby's first fandom when people complain about the wait time of One Piece chapters or complain about how many chapters you're getting per some flashback because it's like it really does not feel like a long time to me. Waiting for chapters is fine if you can hold hands with your friends while you wait. It's true. It's true, it's true. I guess if the only thing you're waiting for is One Piece, it's gonna be rough. Even I read more than One Piece, guys. Even I do. I promise you that when we read through Elbaf, it's going to be smooth. It's going to be. Because these chapters are not taking up the majority of Elbaf. I don't know how long this flashback is going to be, but I'm guessing it's not going to be very long. I'm guessing it's going to be quite short. How many chapters was Sanji's flashback in Whole Cake Island? That was about 5, right? Not even. How many chapters was that? 3. It was 3. It was fucking 3. I really don't think we've got anything to worry about. At least, I'm fine with this flashback being long, by the way. I'd like to state that. If Brooke's flashback ends up going on for 20 chapters, I'm fucking yippee, because I like Brooke. I like his story. I want to see more of this place. But for those who are worried about it being really long, it probably is not going to be. Choose not to. You want complain? I'm waiting for season 3 of a manhwa to come out, and there's not even a release date, and it's been like 1.5 years. Shut your mouth. Stop being impatient. Truly, the biggest issue with this fandom is impatience. It's the biggest problem. Every time I see people complaining about something, it's just pure impatience, and it's like, just fucking wait. Like, Just wait. I don't understand. It's just one of the biggest issues I see. Yuri on Ice, mate, that's not coming back. That's not coming back. You're gonna have to let Yuri on Ice go. I'm sorry. I know it's hard, but the more you read up on it, they're not bringing it back. They're keeping the copyright to it, and they're not selling it. They're keeping that in a fucking cage. You're gonna have to let it go. God. I'm not talking about Link Click. I'm talking about a manhwa, South Korean. I heard Blueberry yelling at me. I still have hope. Shut up. You're gonna have to let it go. You have to let it go, mate. You're gonna have to let it go. It's not coming back. I'm sorry. Mappa, the guys who made Your Own Eyes, the CEO, he fucking hates it. Okay? He hates it. He hates that it's gay. He doesn't want to be known for that. He wants to be known for shonen slop. Alright? He's not fucking releasing any more Your Own Eyes. It's not happening. I'm sorry. He just hates women too much. It's not happening. It's not happening. In saying this, I hold on to the hope that one day Oran High School Host Club will come back. One day it will come back. It's not, but I hold on to it. I fucking hold on to the hope. Please, please bring them back. Bring them back. I'm the bigger clown. I'm the bigger clown. Fuck. Oh God, I'm the bigger clown. Tamaki will return to me. He will. What's Yuri on Ice? If you're asking, you're just not in the— Shut up! If you're asking, you're just not in the know. You're not part of the club. You know? Get out of here. Oren's ending is a pretty closed one. The manga is. The anime can keep going. Bring it back. Bring it back. What's Yuri on Ice? You can't sit with us. You can't. Anyway, TLDR. Actually, by the way, the reason I say this about One Piece, guys, just wait, is because I read through all of One Piece up to 1.0, right? So I caught up with One Piece when Gear 5 had— Gear 5th had just happened, which is like the perfect time, in my opinion. I was so lucky for that. And the whole time I was reading through it, I truly did not feel a single issue as I was reading through it. As in, I didn't feel anything was boring. I didn't feel anything was overstretched. I didn't feel I was seeing anything that was no point to being seen. The only time I had that issue was Dressrosa. Dressrosa was just a mess. That's why I say I think Dressrosa is Oda's worst written arc, but it's also my second best arc because his highs in Dressrosa are bigger than his lows. But the only reason I say Dressrosa is his worst written arc is because it's the only time within the manga that I have felt a bit of that problem. The only time I have felt that problem. I did not feel that problem at any other point in the manga. I really didn't. I was invigorated by everything else I was seeing. Dressrosa just was the only thing that had that problem. Well, again, Dressrosa's issue was he wasn't clean with it. It was just, that was one of the biggest issues. And I'm not talking about the anime. The anime is its own beast, okay? The anime has its own pacing problems. I always say a lot of the issues that come with One Piece is from the fucking anime, not from the manga. Truly, the only pacing problem I ever felt the manga have was in Dressrosa. I didn't feel it at any other point in the manga. And the thing is, I might, like, here, the reason I say obviously I'm biased about that is because I was really excited about everything I was reading. And this is coming from someone who, when I started the arcs, I felt like I wouldn't care. I felt like I wouldn't care about Frankie. I felt like I wouldn't care about, like, Crocodile and Alabaster. I felt like I wouldn't care about Skypiea. Like, nearly every arc, I was meeting characters and I was like, I'm not going to care about this fucking person. Lo and fucking behold, I care about this person. Harold is a great current example. I didn't think I'd give a shit about Harold. I thought Harold was going to be poo-poo dog shit. Like, I thought Harold was just going to be boring. I thought he was just going to be whatever, the king of Elbaf. Bitch, I can now talk for fucking eons about Harold. I think Harold is one of Oda's current best characters, simply because of the conversations to have around Harold. They're incredible. My heart truly weeps for Harold. I feel a lot for Harold, and I feel a lot of confliction for Harold. I wasn't expecting any of that shit. I just was not expecting to care. And now I love Harold. Now I want to talk about Harold over and over and over and over, right? Because Oda hasn't exactly had a good track record at writing kings. Harold is just blown it out of the water. Kuma as well. I didn't think I'd care about Kuma. Bitch! Oh my god! If I could go back in time. The scene of Interstellar, where he's like looking at his past. I feel like that about Kuma. I feel like that about me looking at Kuma and going, why would I care about this guy? You're gonna care! You're gonna fucking care! Oh my god! Care about Kuma right fucking now. Care about Kuma right now, bitch. Like, I couldn't believe it. God, he keeps getting me with that shit. But it got me bad. He's just done it time and time and time. Like fucking Cricket, for fuck's sake. I don't think I'd care about Cricket from Skypiea. The Skypiea arc. I don't think I'd give a shit about Cricket. And then he cried when he saw Luffy's shadow. And I cried. And I went, well, now I fucking care about Cricket, don't I? Like... It was just again and again and again and again. Oda keeps introducing characters that I swear I'm not going to care about. And then he makes me care about them. Right? To be fair, and to be honest, this is why when there are characters like Lucci, I'm quite confused about why more people care about him than I do. I don't give a fuck about Senor Pink. I'm sorry. He's such a man writing a man. Senor Pink is such... I'm sorry he's not that fucking sad. The sad is his wife. It's not him. Like, everyone told me he's so sad. And then I was like, hello, consequences to his own fucking actions. Like... It was stupid, guys. I'm sorry. I just saw a man lying to a woman to the point that it pushed her to like death and insanity to a sense. And people going, oh, poor Senor Pink, bitch, you ruined this fucking woman. Like, I'm sorry. I just thought he was not that sad. I thought he was a problem. And I went, oh. It was eyebrow raising, right? I just read Senor Pink's act, like, respectfully, honestly, I read Senor Pink's story and I thought, yeah, a man would think this is... I was like, all right. All right. Rereading One Piece from the start as an adult made me love it so much more. As a teen, Usopp annoyed me, but loved him from moment one on my reread. Exactly. I thought I'd fucking hate Usopp. I thought I'd hate Usopp because everyone was telling me he was annoying as shit. And then I was like, ugh, God. And then I got to Usopp's story and I went, oh fuck. Oh, he's just a little guy and he's just doing his best. Oh my god. It's sad for his wife. The reason I don't like Senor Pink is because for some reason the story makes Frankie really sympathize with Senor Pink, and I thought that was quite out of character. It didn't make sense to me. Like, I know there's a point to it of Doffy manipulating all his crew. I get that. What I didn't like is I didn't like Frankie going, dude, you lied. Like, in my opinion, I think Frankie's character would have been more like, dude, you lied to her. Like, I didn't like how much Oda was having Frankie sympathize with Senor Pink and not the fucking woman that he lied to and ruined the life of. I didn't like that. I thought that was strange. Again, I was like, yeah, a man is writing this because he's trying to make me feel more sympathy and sadness for him than he is for the woman whose life he ruined. And I didn't fuck with that. No, Frankie feeling emotions is not out of character. But Frankie feeling sadder for Senor Pink instead of being like, dude, that's out of character to me. That did not make sense to me. Frankie thought he was sad. Frankie's sympathizing with Senor Pink. He's not thinking Senor Pink is sad in the sense of, dude, you're like a sad guy. Frankie thought, oh, poor Senor Pink. I'm sorry, reread it. That is what Frankie thinks. Bitch, I was not thinking poor Senor Pink. I thought he was really horrible to her. I'm sorry, the second a man is lying to a woman, marrying her, lying to that extent. Dude, that's fucked up. He's literally coercing her. That's not super. Like, that's not super. It's super fucked up. I don't like that shit. It felt wrong to me. Actively something she despises. She was honest to him and said, I fucking hate this. And he just lied. The whole time they were together, he lied. Knowing that. I'm sorry, I think that's disgusting. I think she was treated horribly in that situation, and I don't feel bad for him. Because, hey, if you didn't lie to the woman you loved, this wouldn't have happened. And you knew you were doing that. I think it's coercion, and I think it's disgusting, and I didn't like it. I thought it was so wrong. He just knows her name. He doesn't know Signor's story. God, isn't that worse? I don't know. I thought Signor Pink... I just thought Signor Pink was such a man feel bad for man kind of story. And it's one of those things where I went, yeah, Oda's still a man. Like, I can tell you this, a lot of women were reading Signor Pink's story a whole lot fucking different than guys were. I'm not saying there are women out there that don't like Signor Pink. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not saying that all women out there don't like Signor Pink. I'm saying there's definitely different perspectives to it. Because I was shocked when people told me it was sad. I was like, what? I don't give a fuck about this guy. He was scummy. He's scummy as hell. He can't write perfect. That's what I mean. That's something I criticize, right? I'm not saying he writes perfect, but I'm saying that's one of the things that I felt weird about. Guys, he set up a life with her before coming clean. They were having a baby and everything. That's fucked up. Oh my God. I think maybe personally it just gets me so bad because to me, one of the most horrifying, disgusting, terrifying situations ever is being at your most vulnerable, which is pregnant with someone's child, and then you find out that someone is not who you thought they were. Isn't that fucking horrifying? Like, think about that. That's like, you're not only married to them, but you've now got a fucking thing growing inside you that is related to this now. And you're at the most vulnerable you will ever be in your life. It terrifies the shit out of me. So it's like, I just don't feel bad for him because what he did to her is terrifying to me. I think that's scary. I just think it's just like, that's one of the scariest things any like person who can get pregnant could go through. I just think that's terrifying. That's life though, isn't it? And it shouldn't be. Life could be a lot better too. It could be a lot better. If someone is actively lying to you and you are now at your most vulnerable, you're about to have a child with them, and then you find that shit out, that's fucking like, you're about to go through psychosis. Like, it's the most terrifying thing you could ever go through. And it's not like you could just drop off this kid exactly either. Some could, but then you're a fucking villain for it, aren't you? It's just awful. Stories aren't better for being nice. Once again, this isn't about Signor Pink being complex. It's about the story is making us want to sympathize with Signor Pink. That's my issue with it. It's the story is making us look at him and saying, oh, how sad for him. That's my problem. If it weren't doing that, there's more that we could talk about here. But I think it's pretty undeniable that the story is saying, look at Signor Pink. Don't you feel bad for him? Bad for his story. Look at how he's trying to atone for his wife. No. Just because you never sympathize. But this is why I talk about there's a difference between interpretation and intent of the author. This is something that is something you should take into consideration, right? That's why I look at something like Attack on Titan's ending. And a lot of people say, oh, it wasn't pro-genocide. It wasn't about genocide, blah, blah, blah. But the issue is, as the author writes it, he's writing Eren's friends around him going, oh, poor Eren. He's writing Mikasa missing him. Mikasa wanting him back. Like, the end of that story is literally Eren's friends talking to him like, oh, poor Eren, I guess you have to do it. There's where the issue lies. That's in where the issue lies, where Eren's friends are sympathizing with a genocide maniac. They are sympathizing. Like, if the story really did not want us to feel bad for Eren, they would have his friends going, this is fucked up. Right? And I understand there can be complex stories, but Mikasa fucking has a kid and names it Eren. Like, this is what I'm talking about. I feel like all of this intent and the writing intent of what the writing is trying to make you feel is still something you have to consider. It's really still something you have to think about, because I can tell you what, that made me icky. And you know why that made me icky? Because after that, you would literally talk about Eren and you'd say, he like committed a genocide, and some people would say, oh, but like he had a reason for it. Pause for a fucking second. Please think about what you just said. I'm not kidding. This is a conversation I've had with people. Because of that ending and seeing Eren's friends feeling bad for him and sympathizing with him, some people come out of that with the idea of, well, Eren had a reason to do it. Pause. Please think about the thing you just said. That's why I'm saying, do you think it's intentional or a loop of bad writing? I'd say if it's intentional, it is bad writing. Like, but that's because I don't agree with it, right? I don't agree with it. I do not agree with feeling sad or feeling bad or sympathizing with someone who's about to commit a fucking genocide. Don't care the reasons. I don't give a fuck, right? But the story and the characters in this story are feeling bad and are trying to sympathize. And that, again, that's the issue. And that's where the problem is. So Senor Pink was not that bad. It wasn't any fucking Eren Yeager, don't get me wrong. But the story was with the intent of trying to make me feel bad for Senor Pink, when it was just consequences to your actions. So I personally don't sympathize with Senor Pink, but the story does make people want to sympathize with him, which is why you get so many people going, poor Senor Pink, because the story is doing that with intention. They had genocide in Robin's beginning. And wait, hang on. Wait, that's totally fucking different. No one looked towards the fucking genociders of Robin's Island and said, they've got a reason to do it. No one is like, oh, the poor guy's having to commit genocide on Robin's Island. One Piece is the exact fucking opposite of what it was doing with Eren Yeager, right? Aokiji, we were not meant to feel bad for him. In any way were we meant to feel bad for him. He was literally witnessing the horrors. He is a reason for why we look at Ohara and go, what the fuck? Because Aokiji, Kuzan's not sympathizing with anything. He's disgusted by what he's seeing. Like, there's no, oh, Akainu, bring it in. I'm sorry you had to do that, buddy. Kuzan fucking hates that guy. Like, it's disgusting. Oh, poor fucking Spandam. You're right. I should feel bad for Spandam. I should feel bad for Cement. It's why with Kizaru, guys. Kizaru in Egghead, I'm shocked that people feel bad for him. I'm shocked. Like, I really don't think the story is trying to tell us to feel bad for Kizaru. I think the story is trying to show us, look where he's at. Look where he's ended up. Because he followed this, I'm just a cog in the machine mindset. We even have Vegapunk talking to him and saying, are you fucking for real? We have Sentomaru going, this is fucked, I can't side with this. We have tons of different characters in Egghead going against what they originally believed in, because they're realizing this is fucked. Kizaru was one of the only characters that was like, well, not one of the only, but he was a big character that was like, oh, I gotta do what I'm told. We're not meant to feel bad for him. We're meant to go, mate, what the fuck are you doing? We're meant to go, look at where you are. Look at what you're doing. Look at what's happened. Because you just refuse to think critically. You're refusing to think like an individual. Instead, you're going, I'm just a gear in the machine. Like that's what was happening. So when people go, oh, poor Kizaru, I'm like, are you serious? I'm laughing at him. Like, I'm laughing at him. He tried to kill a little girl that he knew personally because of orders. You think I'm feeling bad for this piece of shit? I'm laughing at him. I'm glad he's feeling conflicted. I'm glad he's feeling fucked up from this. It's about due fucking time that he feels like this, right? It's due time that he feels like this. I didn't give a fuck about Kizaru. I don't feel bad for him because he's making those choices. He's doing that knowingly. He's killing people. He's killing groups of people. I'm just following orders. He's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit, and Egghead showed us that. We literally see Sentomaru go against his job. We see Vegapunk going against what people did to him. That's why it pisses me off. Sentomaru is the key example of, hey, this is someone who is like, wait a minute, I can't support this. This is wrong. I'm out of here. He's a piece of shit because of his upbringing. What the fuck was his upbringing? What? Hang on. So because of his upbringing, he's just taking orders to kill children. And that I should feel bad because of that. No. What about Sanji's upbringing? Shouldn't Sanji's upbringing mean he should just kill people? Robin's upbringing, for fuck's sake. She was suffering on her own, and even she knows not to kill children. Kizaru made up his backstory to make you feel bad. Kizaru is a whole fucking grown-up. Robin did kill people to survive, not because she was taking orders. Hey, kill that kid. Yes, sir. Kizaru is actually quite privileged. He's in the Marines. He's an admiral. What did Robin have? Her whole island was taken out, genocided. Is that Akainu's upbringing? What, that he's fucking taken out whole islands? Like, no. These people are just simply, they're following orders. They're meant to be an issue of if you just follow orders without thinking like an individual, something's wrong. Hence Dragon in God Valley. When Dragon is straight up said, stop thinking like an individual. It has nothing to do with Kizaru's upbringing. He's just comfortable. He's lazy. What is it? No, not lazy. He's just fucking, what is it? Big bad boss, big money bag Borsalino. He just doesn't want to break out of that status quo because it's his job. But suddenly when it affects him personally, oh God, now I've got to think about it. To say that's his upbringing for taking orders to just kill little girls is insane. Respectfully, that's insane. I just think that's a crazy thing to say. He's a whole ass grown adult who at that point should be able to think critically. No. No. And he knows as well because now it's affecting him personally. He's going, oh, fuck. But literally, you have Sentomaru who quit and said, I can't do this. Right? He quit and said, I can't do this. And then you had Vegapunk truly trying to make up for the fact of how much he fucked people up, how much he fucked Kuma up, how much he ruined the world by getting help and working for the world government. All of Egghead was Vegapunk, Stella trying to make up for that mistake, right? Going against the world government because of what he'd done. I didn't see Kizaru do that at all. Kizaru was not trying to make up for anything. He did the bare minimum of giving food to Luffy. But he was still on the side of the oppressor. He was still on the side of killing these people. It's just not an excuse in any way. We have two people in that arc, two characters who are like, I can't be on this side anymore. I have to do my utmost best to actually make things better. And then Kizaru was like, well, I guess I'm killing a little girl. Like, hello? Ah, it's fucked up. They're literally, right, they're meant to be cogs in the machine. And the whole point of it is they know that. Kizaru knows that. He knows his orders are bad, but he's a cog in a machine. Oh, what can I do? Because guess what? If you do that, now you have a cognitive dissonance. Now you can go, I'm not the one doing this. I'm just the one taking orders. If you're inflicting them, you're still just as bad. You are still killing people. You killed those people. It wasn't the higher ups. It was you, mate. That's like the whole that's the whole thing. That's the whole point of Dragon being like, what are we doing? What's going on? And Dragon being told, stop thinking like an individual. Why do you think we got that right after Egghead? Why do you think we have Dragon saying, I don't see any fucking justice in the Marines? It's there for a reason. I don't feel bad for a guy that just can't quit his job because, oh God, you know what I mean? I don't feel bad for a guy that's still clocking into his 9 to 5 and killing people and going, God, I just can't quit my job, when tons of other people who are lower ranking than him have quit their job. Like, I just can't. I can't feel bad for him. Like, people are acting like he has to be Marine. No, he doesn't. He can take that fucking uniform off. He doesn't have to be a Marine. Someone would take his place to also kill little girls. Like, if someone took his place, all right, but he's out of it. Maybe he can try to do something. Kuzan tried to make a difference. It didn't work, and he left. Why is Kizaru given any kind of exemption here? Like, I don't understand. Why should I feel bad for Kizaru? I don't. I think for a very long time, he's been willfully ignorant. Very willfully ignorant to all of it. And suddenly, when it affects him personally, now he suddenly cares. I think that's disgusting. I'm fine with Oda. I like Oda's writing for a controversial character. This is why I like it. I'm not arguing that Kizaru's a controversial character. I'm arguing that there's 100% an intention of Kizaru is getting his just dessert. He's fucking made his own bed and now he has to lay in it. I am not arguing that Oda's writing clean characters that are black and white. He doesn't do that. I'm arguing that saying I should feel bad for Kizaru is insane. When, in my opinion, the story is showing us other people are doing more than he's doing. And yet people are looking at Sentomaru and Stella and not feeling as bad for them as they are for Kizaru. And that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Why are you feeling worse for Kizaru in this situation? He's a bum. It's like looking at Garp and Ace in Marineford and feeling bad for Garp. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can't do it. Oh God, Ace, how could you? Shut up. Shut up. Oh my God. I just can't. I'm not feeling bad for Kizaru. Guys, I'm sorry. It's insane. He's ordered to kill a little girl and he was about to execute it until Sanji stopped him. You're feeling bad for someone that wanted to kill a child and said, sorry, there's just nothing I can do about it. What the fuck are we talking about? I just don't even know how that's controversial. I just don't even know how it's controversial. Fuck, I don't even know how that's controversial. That's just common sense. It's just common sense to me for why should I feel bad about that guy? I'm laughing at him. He's made mistakes. Hey, mate, you can make mistakes when you're not fucking killing people. Oh my God, we're talking about Kizaru's actions like it's oh, you like spilled a cup of coffee. We are talking about killing people and killing children. That's not a mistake. That is killing people. Like, that's killing children. I just can't. I can't. The leopards ate his face. It's insane to me. Oh, it's just crazy to me. There's a difference between understanding and excusing. Exactly. Do I understand why Kizaru is now feeling this conflict? Yes. Do I feel bad for him? Fuck no. Will I laugh at him? 100% I'm laughing at him. Because again, I think there's because here's the other thing. People are talking about it like Kizaru didn't know any better. Kizaru didn't know. I think that's totally false. I think Kizaru was very comfortable with where he was. Incredibly comfortable with where he was. And he was being willfully ignorant to it. Because I'm just a cog in a machine. Once again, saying you're just a cog in a machine, that is excusing your actions by, I'm not actually doing it. That's the higher ups. The idea that he just didn't know, he was just ignorant to it, I think that's totally false. He wasn't stupid. He wasn't dumb. He knew he was killing people. Like, why should I feel bad for him? Oh my God. They don't know any better. They don't know any better. And they're killing children. Awesome. I feel for morally wrong characters, don't get me wrong. Harold, for example, he's a morally wrong character. right? The reason I talk about Kizaru and even Garp like this is because people will try to explain to me why I should feel bad for them, right? They will try to explain to me, here's why you should feel bad for Garp, here's why you should feel bad for Kizaru. And I have to explain to them, I understand their actions, I understand what they're doing, and I still don't feel bad for them. And that's something that people can't seem to comprehend. I know why Garp does what he does. I know that he's trying to make a change. I know that he feels he's stuck. Same with Kizaru. But I don't feel bad for them. Because I am looking at these characters and thinking, hey, that's the wrong choice. Like, I just don't feel bad for them. It's the conversation behind these characters of, I will say I don't feel bad for them, and then people will be like, let me explain why you should feel bad for them, and they explain everything I already know, and I say, okay, my conclusion is I don't feel bad for them. We all know the same thing. I am not saying you can't or you shouldn't. I'm saying stop trying to tell me I should feel bad for them. I don't feel bad for them. Like, it's just not gonna happen. How is Harold morally wrong? Because he was siding with someone who knew was the oppressor, which was the world government. Harold was very morally grey. Harold knew full well a lot of what he was doing under the world government was causing problems in the long run. He knew that. But he was hoping he'd get something positive out of it. He literally sold his soul to the devil. Harold was morally wrong for a lot of the stuff he was doing, and he knew it. He knew it. That's the part of Harold's story that's so tragic. 20 months with the biggest Sanji injury in the world. But that's part of Harold's story that makes it so tragic, and that's why I love talking about him, because I can understand why he's doing these things. I can understand why he's making these decisions. And it ended in tragedy because the leopards ate his face. But he was truly between a rock and a hard place. There was truly... He thought there was nothing else he could do. He either takes on the world government or he tries to be under the world government. But he knew he was doing wrong things in that aspect. I'm sorry. Listen. How do I explain this? Okay, whatever. I saw the mention of let's say the church, and if you're trying to use that as a history for why blah blah blah, I'm sorry, you're at the wrong person. I also kind of find it hard to sympathize with that area as well. But hey, that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other thing. So whatever. Anyway, listen, you want to know the way I work? If you are killing children, there's no excuse. That's it. That's it. That's the way I work. If you are killing children and you are literally not like literally brainwashed to an extent of you can't move your own arms and you can't think and you can't do anything. If you are not a robot and you are killing children, I just think that that's it. I don't care. Like, I just think, all right. I don't feel bad for you. Hot take. I know. Hot take. That's crazy, right? But hey, what do I know? I don't know. Maybe I'm too woke. Maybe I'm too woke. Maybe that's too woke of me. Maybe that's just too woke of me. Anyway. This was a good chapter. I'm excited to see Brooke's story. I'm very glad that we got Brooke's design as he was younger, and we're seeing his eyes, and he's got beautiful eyes like Usopp has. But we've got no break next week, so I will be back next week to talk. And well, that's what I mean, JD. Hang on, just what I mean, JD Colors. Unless you quite literally cannot control yourself. So anyway, I'm excited. I've got nothing else to say. It always devolves into fucking marine talk, only because can't wait to see who took out this island. That'll be very interesting. It'll be very interesting to see who's about to take out Esperia. Whether it be the Holy Knights or someone else. Can't wait to see. And the queen is drop Kendall, drop dead gorgeous. Just love her design. Absolutely adore her design. But that's it. That's it for now. I am now going in my box. Thanks everyone. No more streams today. No more streams today. I will be seeing you in tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. More editing tomorrow. All right. Thank you everyone. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye.